Hello everyone, and thanks again coming to this channel. If you're new, welcome to my channel. If you've been here before, welcome back. In today's video, I'm going to share with you how I trade. There was some question before when I posted a couple video months ago, and I found that would be helpful for those who are interested to trade in option with a small account. Because I think for this smaller account option would be a beneficial to grow your account without having to deal with a lot of manipulation, I should say. Again, that's my belief. You could say no to a small account being manipulated with penny stocks, especially with the lower price stocks with smaller nano cap market cap. So that's what I tend to believe. In order to grow your account, I would suggest strongly stay away from penny stocks because eventually you lose your money, especially if you don't have a margin account and you have a PDT restriction. So I would say stick to a bigger cap, higher market cap, and benefit from those stocks. So that's why a lot of people tend to not understanding or not knowing that you could still trade bigger market caps such as Apple, Tesla, Netflix, Nvidia, Amazon, Google. All those stocks are still available to you to trade, but in a different way, basically by taking advantage of options. I should say right at the beginning, options is very risky because you basically betting of the movement and direction of the stock. And if you don't know what options are and what is involved, you probably lose all your account. But once you gather that knowledge, how to trade option and what options is and how to trade them and what to look for, then is I would say is the safest way to make money. But I'm not going to uh, talk about what option is in this video. I'm just going to show you with a small account how you can grow your account with as small as 500 bucks. So that's how small can be because even with penny trading, penny stock trading, you need at least 500 bucks or 2500, I would say, because you have fees, you have to use leverage sometimes. You have $500 account and hopefully you're in US that you don't pay for trading fees like me because I pay for trading fees. I'm in Canada. So that way you don't have to deal with uh, a lot of fees, but you need a certain size account so you can trade without worrying about fees. But that's again different concept and different topic. I want to just talk about how I trade. Usually, I like to grow my small account. I feel I totally believe in percentage, not the size of the account. The reason I say that, let's say you have an account of $10,000. If you can make that $10,000 to $12,000 or $15,000, then for you, once that strategy or whatever, however you do it, working for that size of account, it is also easy to do it with any size. Let's say with $50,000 account, with $100,000 account, with $1 million account, because the percentage it's what it matters, not the size of the account. Yes, it does help when you have a bigger account because then you can play with the bigger money. But at the same time, if you're not good, you could lose that too. Like if you have $1 million account, you have no idea what you're doing. You can lose it in a matter of months. It happened. Trust me, I see people doing it. At least I saw their videos. So if you can turn your 10,000 to 20,000, then you're good. You know what you're doing. If you can turn your $2,000 to 5,000 or 10,000, then you know what you're doing. Then you can size up. Then you can have a bigger account. But if you can turn your 10,000 or $5,000 and you lose that account, at least you lose only $5,000, $2,500. You don't lose 100,000. So that's why we are focusing on percentile. We are focusing on the percentage of your success, not about how much you made. But that makes no sense. Of course, it does when you look at the number, but it's all about account size. If you can make 50% of any size of account, then is 50% of that account. So it doesn't matter, what size it is, as long as that percentage is actually talking, or percentage gain is where matter. So that's why it's better. I suggest that if you're starting, start small. That way, if you lose, you're not losing all your money. You're losing a small account. You're losing a little bit of money that you probably saved up or you borrowed or you had. But if you play with bigger money, you could lose it, and it's hard to gain that money back. And in the stock market, it is hard when you lose. It's hard to make your money back. So let's jump right into the concept of this video. So I would like to say I have a watch list here. As you can see, this is what is basically closed. Let me just get rid of those. Those are the older options. So I have a few ticker that I watch. You don't have to be genius to find those ticker. Honestly, stick to a couple of them, trade them every day because there is always a move. There is always moving Nvidia 4, 3, $2 up and down. There's always a move in SPY. There's always move every day in Apple and Google. There's always move in every stock that you can think of. But you want to trade the stock that is liquid. That means they have a volume. The reason I choose those stocks because they are less manipulated. At least we know the market makers can't manipulate them. They are not penny. They can't just throw 1 million, 2 million, 3 million to move this. This stock don't move with that much of money or move massively by one person doing it, because the number of volume is so big that you can manipulate it. You can't. At least from what I understand, you can't. And you can tell it's less manipulated. If it's get manipulated, it's less. For instance, Apple today, it did the volume of 54 million based on the data here. $57 million traded with the market of 3 trillion. So Nvidia today volume was 131 million. So let's say you are an institution, you want to move this, you have to throw like 200 million. Nobody's gonna come and manipulate the market with that size of money. Even if they put 1 million or 2 million, the retail trader or other institution trader, they won't even bother because it's gonna come back up if other people believe in a stock or whatever the case might be. So that's why it's less manipulated. And It's safer to trade them. You just have to play them right and play them with some skills. So what we see in this chart is the area of interest. What I mean by that? The area of interest are where the buyers and sellers come together, or they believe they should come together. As you can see, technical always is our guidance. Technical is something, it's like a blueprint. Everybody have the same blueprint and reading from it, and they follow. That's why you have to go with them. You can't be against them. Okay. So for instance, here, if you look at this chart of um, if you look at the chart of NVIDIA, we've been playing around certain number, right? Or NVIDIA has been moving. I like to look at the hourly, but I can get the sense. So NVIDIA for the past, every of this column here, oh, my computer freezes. Every of this column, white column, this here is 1 day. So this is like 1 day, 2 day, 3 day, 4, 5, 6. That's 1 week. So if you look at the week, we have NVIDIA. It's been interested, or people or buyers are interested to buy around here, and then buyers or sellers are more likely to sell around here. So we have the interest area of buying, and we call it the area of interest, and area of interest from seller point. And of course, a stock can have many area of interest. See, I looked at this area and I just put, and look, there is another one here. So NVIDIA has a few area of interest. You can call it whatever you want. The interest, the value zone, the zone of value. You can call it support and resistance. You can call it, uh, I guess, supply and demand. It's just whatever you want to name it. You can name whatever you want. But this is what NVIDIA has been doing for the past week. Some area more stronger, some area weaker. So, but what we are looking at is a blueprint here. For demonstration, I use this chart. I have another chart, it's called advanced chart. Easier to look at and read. So we are still in this area. Okay, I'm looking at daily. Here is 4 hours, but we were looking at hourly. Oh, I already actually marked them because I watch them all the time. So this is the area of interest here, here, and then we have done here too. Let's put a couple more here and here. And opposite side, it's also valid of resistance or supply. This area, it's considered supply zone. This area down here considered demand or support, or in total in its area of interest. So when we trade them, we have to pay attention to this area, okay? I would also suggest you guys practice this. Open the boxes around it. I'm gonna get rid of this so you don't get confused. I always create some area that I can tell easier. So as you can see, I already put this area. It came here, rejected to lose that support, bounced up when the area of supply, and it got a little bit consolidated, and eventually sales got power and pushed it down to this area and created a new area of support, and it came up again to that area and created another area of resistance. Seller again power pushed it down, hardly depends on the day, and pushed it down to this area of support, 177 area. And then next thing you know, the buyers showed up and said, no, we're gonna buy it here. This is a good deal. We believe in Nvidia. We have conviction Nvidia has to go higher. They started buying and buying and started buying here. And then, of course, Nvidia started consolidating in here and then shoot here. And then yesterday, I'm sure there's gonna be also resistance area in this area where we anticipating some kind of reaction, and also the area of support, previous support in that channel. So now we know Nvidia has some area of support and area of resistance. So now we know here becomes resistance but also becomes support if it's going to, or here it's going to be the support also, because previously came to here and bounced from here, right? It broke up from here. So now we are looking at this. If you are trading, today is Saturday, if you are trading on Monday, this is where you want to pay attention. This is what I'm going to pay attention. If Nvidia goes above these channels and is holding this, trend, and it doesn't come to this one, I'm going long. I am going to buy this area for this to get to this area. So that's my target area. Why? Because look, this is what happened before. Nvidia came here, started going down, all the way down. Now it's coming back to that area again. So it is clear to us Nvidia going to show some resistance here, but we still have time or room to get there. So how much? 486, 186 all the way to 189, let's say 190. $4 move. Nvidia tend to have ADR. I think I do have no ATR. Average true range of Nvidia for daily. Nvidia tend to move $5.40 per day in average. So let's say $5. So if Nvidia goes up $5, the average has been reached. So 186 to 190, let's say, almost $4. So if Nvidia move on that day, I will be buying it here, selling it here. So $4 move, right? That's nice. How do we do that? We go buy any option. I don't get to show about what to choose. Let's say we choose October 31st. These prices are what is closed at, right? So we're gonna go for 190. where we think Nvidia is gonna go to, and the option is not too expensive. So if Nvidia opens $2.50, that option $2.50 and higher, then you can buy this option and play this option too. Most likely you're gonna see movement of $2, because Nvidia, again, we close here, Nvidia has moved to $6 option. If Nvidia moves from 186 to $194 move, 3, 4, 5, 6. We option it as $3 move, dollar less. So your $2.50 can go to $6. So every option contract is 100. 250 means 200 times 10 times 100, right? Times 100, $250 you put in here. You are going to make, if you get out 6, you make $400. Let's say you don't know if it's gonna go that high. You get out halfway up. Your $200, you get up 400. So you double your money. That's why the power of option can really help you to grow your account. But just bear in mind, it's not always like this. Sometimes you lose it, okay? But that's why it comes to management, risk management. You don't want to lose more than what you want to gain. What do I mean by that? If you put in 250 and you are trying to make double 200, you want to do the ratio of 1 to 3, 1 to 4. You want to lose 50 to make 400 or 200. You don't want, but just so you know, this option price is going to be changed dramatically because there is a decay that the option has for the weekend and also for the time went by. So this option most likely is going to open around $2 if Nvidia opens at 186. So it's going to lose 50 cents. So, but you have to be patient, mark your lines, and be ready. Always be prepared. So that's why I'm saying if you do this every day, if you make $200 a day with put in 500 bucks, let's say you have an account of 2,500, you could make almost 20 days. Let's say you're making 10 times winner in month on in 50% winner, and your loss is smaller than your win. So you'll be making almost $2,000 to $4,000 a month, easy, from your money. Again, I'm not trying to number here anyway. Forget about what I said about how much you make. It's about percentage. You're gonna make percentage wise 50% in your account size. Hopefully you understand per day. Hopefully you understand and you get my point. But that's how I do it. That's how I did it. A few accounts. I grow up many accounts. I always start small. I don't like to play with big money because then you get comfortable. Oh, I have 100 grand sitting there. It's okay if I lose 1,000 bucks. No, that's not good. You have 100,000, open a $10,000 account. You have $10,000 account money, open $1,000, $2,000 account. Try to make the small account bigger. Don't open a bigger account and lose everything. At least if you make mistake, you don't lose all your money. You want to play this game for a long time. You don't want to play this game for a short time, because once you play with the big money, you lose it, you're out. You can't come back again. You don't have money. unless you borrowed from friends and dad and mom. My point is always start small, win small, win always. Play small, win every day, and win small, but play always. So that's the secret sauce. I hope you guys like this video. I didn't really prepare anything. I just thought about it. I'm like, hopefully it's beneficial for some people and you guys learn something from it. But trust me, you can grow your small account with option. And if you can have a margin account, then it's much better because then you have a strategy that you can place in your option that limits your loss. That's why with margin account, you have a better chance to grow your account better or bigger. But with cash account, it's gonna be tough. If you are US based, of course, with cash account, with you have a you know uh, you have a limitation to PDT that you can't really have too much trade. You get to trade 3 times a week, I guess. But I'm in Canada, I don't have that rule. And if you're in US, you have to have 25,000 account in order to day trade every day. Otherwise, you get limited. But you can swing. You can swing options. That's more risky, but it works out pretty good sometimes with this market. And you don't have to close it for a day or two. And if you think you want to grow your account and you don't pay any fees, that's also for friends in US. That would be perfect because in Canada, unfortunately, we pay for trade. Every trade we pay. Interactive broker is not bad. It's about dollar something per trade. So you have a two legs buy and sell. You pay couple dollars here and there, but adds up if you trade a few trade a day. But in US, you don't even pay for trade. So that's why I always say to whoever is in US, you're safe. Your risk management is easier for you because you don't pay for trade. That you say, hey, I lost so much money. If I close my trade, then I'm gonna lose. So as soon as it goes below your entry, you can get out. Couple cent in and out, done. You don't have to wait until it comes back again. So whereas some other countries, they don't have that privilege because they have to pay for trade and they calculate in their mind, which I used to do it. Oh, I'm paying $10 for that trade. I don't want to stop out, so I don't want to close it because it's going to bounce up, and then you go down and down. Anyway, that's one thing about being in US. So I hope you like this video. If you do so, don't forget to thumbs up, like this video, share it if you want with your friends, whoever you think is benefiting from it. And also, if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe, and I will answer you any question you have in the comment below. Also, I make another video like this next week. And until next week, have a wonderful day and good luck with trading.